Welcome to our show, Hong Kong Brief. I'm your host, Jenny. Today, we dive into some exciting news starting with Yum China, which has reported record profits and revenue despite facing consumption challenges in the Chinese market. Their Q4 revenue hit $2.43 billion, and net profits soared by 18%. However, they remain cautious about future consumer spending due to a slight decline in same-store sales. Next up, the Hong Kong Post Office is still suspending shipments to the U.S. while they seek clarity over tariff issues, even after the U.S. Postal Service lifted its ban on packages from Hong Kong and China. This has raised concerns for online shoppers and businesses relying on affordable shipping, as the confusion continues to impact the flow of goods between the two regions. And lastly, we have some thrilling news from the cricket world. Indian cricket stars are throwing their support behind Uganda's cricket team during the Challenge League campaign in Hong Kong. Ugandan cricketer Alpesh Ramjani, who has shown remarkable talent, is determined to lead his team to future World Cup qualifications. His story is truly inspiring, especially as he aims to honor his late father while enhancing the sport's popularity back home. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. Nikkei Asia reports that Yum China Holdings, the operator of popular fast food chains KFC and Pizza Hut in mainland China, has achieved record revenue and profits despite facing challenges in consumer spending. In the last quarter of 2024, Yum China reported a revenue growth of 4% to $2.43 billion and an 18% increase in net profit to $115 million. For the entire year, revenue reached $10.65 billion, marking a 2% increase, while net profit surged by 10% to $911 million. The company's aggressive store expansion, including the opening of 1,352 new KFC outlets and 412 Pizza Hut locations, has contributed significantly to its financial success. CEO Joey Wat celebrated the results as a record-breaking year, emphasizing the company's ability to thrive in a challenging economic environment. Associated Press highlights the ongoing suspension of packages from Hong Kong to the United States by Hong Kong Post due to tariff-related clarifications. Despite the U.S. Postal Service reversing its ban on parcels from Hong Kong, the local post office remains cautious and is in discussions with U.S. authorities. The situation arose after the U.S. imposed a 10% tariff on Chinese goods, leading to confusion among residents wanting to send items to the U.S. The impact of this suspension could be significant for online shopping platforms that rely on direct shipping from China, especially as many consumers benefit from tax exemptions on low-value items. The U.S. imported approximately $427 billion worth of goods from China in 2023, with consumer electronics being a major category. South China Morning Post shares the inspiring journey of Ugandan cricketer Alpesh Ramjani, who has garnered support from Indian cricket stars during Uganda's Challenge League campaign in Hong Kong. Ramjani, who moved to Uganda after losing his construction job in India due to the pandemic, has become a standout player, claiming a record 55 wickets in a single year. His emotional connection to the sport is profound, as he dedicates his achievements to his late father, who inspired him throughout his career. As Uganda aims to qualify for future World Cups, Ramjani expresses a desire to uplift the spirits of his fellow countrymen, emphasizing the importance of cricket as a source of pride and aspiration for young athletes in Uganda. The team's captain, Riazat Ali Shah, also shares the vision of building a stronger cricketing foundation in Uganda, with hopes of achieving ODI status in the future. South China Morning Post highlights the significance of the Asia Leaders Series annual meeting held in Zurich, where global leaders, policymakers, and business executives gathered to engage in candid discussions about pressing geopolitical and economic issues. This year's meeting coincided with the World Economic Forum and the U.S. presidential inauguration, allowing for in-depth dialogue about the implications of a new U.S. administration and the complexities of a multipolar world. The event's closed-door format fostered genuine conversations among notable attendees, including CEOs from major corporations and former ambassadors, who shared their perspectives on Russia's actions in Ukraine, China's role in global politics, and the challenges facing the Chinese economy, thereby enriching the discourse and enhancing mutual understanding. In another article, the South China Morning Post discusses how President Trump's budget cuts may disrupt communication channels between the U.S. and China. Critics warn that slashing federal budgets could hinder the establishment of regular diplomatic communication, adding uncertainty to already strained relations. While some experts believe that the cuts will not fundamentally change the U.S.'s focus on China as a rival, they highlight the challenges faced in maintaining a dialogue. The article emphasizes the need for China to reinforce domestic strength while navigating its interactions with the Trump administration, which remains focused on competition with Beijing. The South China Morning Post also reports on the phenomenal success of Pop Mart International, which is riding a wave of popularity with its toys inspired by the blockbuster film Ne Zha 2. Following the success of its Labubu toys, Pop Mart's latest offering sold out quickly, propelling its stock to new heights and attracting the attention of major investment banks. The company's ability to leverage intellectual property for merchandise has proven lucrative, with significant revenue growth reported both domestically and internationally. As Pop Mart adjusts its production to meet soaring demand, analysts remain optimistic about its future sales, particularly during the Lunar New Year season, showcasing the brand's influence in the expanding blind box economy. South China Morning Post reports on the rising cost of living in Hong Kong, highlighting how families are adapting to financial pressures. Margaret Tu, a guide dog trainer, shares her experience of using an online mother support group to find second-hand items, significantly reducing her family's monthly expenses to under 5,000 Hong Kong dollars. With a household income of 60,000 Hong Kong dollars, Tu and her husband are mindful of their spending, especially since their mortgage takes up a large chunk of their budget. Many residents are finding creative ways to cope with rising prices, such as bulk buying and shopping in mainland China, where they can find better deals. Despite these personal experiences, official inflation rates in Hong Kong remain low, leading to a disconnect between consumer sentiment and economic data. South China Morning Post also explores the cultural richness of mainland China through a personal narrative. The author reflects on their visit to Shanghai and other cities, contrasting the superficial allure of places like Shenzhen with the deep historical and cultural experiences available in cities like Nanjing and Suzhou. The author emphasizes the importance of understanding and appreciating the vibrant culture that exists beyond the surface attractions. They encourage Hongkongers to cultivate open-mindedness and engage in cultural exchanges that can foster genuine connections with others, highlighting that true integration goes beyond economic cooperation. South China Morning Post features Sun Jia, a ballet dancer with the Hong Kong Ballet who uses social media to share behind-the-scenes glimpses of the ballet world. With a significant following on platforms like Douyin and Instagram, Sun aims to show the human side of ballet, challenging the perception that dancers are merely elegant figures on stage. Her content, which includes comedic takes on ballet life, has resonated with audiences, and she credits her supportive colleagues for helping her create engaging videos. Sun's journey from rigorous training in China to performing professionally in Hong Kong showcases her dedication to ballet, while her social media presence serves as a platform to connect with fans and promote the art form. South China Morning Post reports that NBA prospect David Nwoka, who made history as the first Hong Konger to sign an NBA contract, faces a significant hurdle in representing Hong Kong in international basketball. To play for his hometown team, Nwoka must renounce his British passport to obtain a Hong Kong passport, a requirement that has left him off the roster for the upcoming FIBA Asia Cup qualifying matches. Despite his earlier commitment to don the Hong Kong jersey, he will remain in the G League with the Windy City Bulls as he navigates the complexities of his passport situation. The Basketball Association of Hong Kong has confirmed that without a Hong Kong passport, Woka cannot be registered for the national team, adding pressure as the team prepares for crucial matches against New Zealand and Chinese Taipei. In another article from South China Morning Post, Chinese companies are grappling with the unpredictable policy landscape shaped by U.S. President Donald Trump. With tariffs fluctuating and delivery regulations changing rapidly, businesses are left in a state of uncertainty. The recent suspension and quick resumption of parcel deliveries from mainland China and Hong Kong exemplify the challenges exporters face. Many manufacturers are now reconsidering their strategies, with some contemplating relocating operations to Southeast Asia to mitigate the impact of tariffs. While larger factories may have contingency plans, smaller businesses struggle to adapt, highlighting the broader challenges posed by the ongoing trade tensions and policy reversals. Lastly, the South China Morning Post introduces Alexis Wilkins, the 26-year-old country singer and Capitol Hill press secretary who is dating Kash Patel, Donald Trump's nominee for FBI director. Their relationship, which reportedly began in January 2023, has garnered attention due to their 18-year age difference. Wilkins, who has a diverse background and a passion for veterans' causes, is making a name for herself in the country music scene while balancing her new role in politics. As she navigates her dual career paths, Wilkins aims to connect with her audience through music that resonates with their experiences, showcasing her commitment to both her artistic and political endeavors. South China Morning Post reports on the intriguing personal life of Caroline Leavitt, the youngest White House press secretary in history at just 27 years old. Leavitt, who has a strong background in the Trump administration, married Nicholas Riccio, a 60-year-old real estate developer, in 2023, and they recently welcomed a son. The couple's significant 32-year age gap has sparked discussions online, with some questioning the motivations behind their union. Despite the scrutiny, Leavitt describes Riccio as her biggest supporter and the best father, while Riccio's journey from a challenging childhood to a multi-millionaire real estate entrepreneur adds depth to his character. Nikkei Asia highlights the trend of Japanese and Chinese low-priced chains making their way into Hong Kong amid a sluggish economy. With the rise of affordable dining options like Matsuya, which offers delicious Gyudon bowls at competitive prices, consumers are flocking to these establishments as they seek value during tough financial times. The economic landscape has shifted dramatically, with commercial rents dropping significantly, allowing these chains to thrive where upscale brands once dominated. As mainland Chinese brands also seize the opportunity, the landscape of retail and dining in Hong Kong is rapidly changing, catering to a more frugal consumer base. In another captivating narrative, South China Morning Post introduces Anna Maria Galtz, the fiancée of NBA star Luka Doncic, as he transitions from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers. Galtz, a Slovenian model and influencer, expressed gratitude to Dallas while supporting Doncic through this significant change. Their love story spans over a decade, beginning when they met as preteens in Croatia. Now proud parents to a daughter named Gabriella, Galtz balances her modeling career with family life, often sharing glimpses of their pets and their journey together on social media, showcasing the strong bond they share amidst the whirlwind of NBA life. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.